We've come back to Ross Graham Lookout in Calmina National Park for the evening light, but as you can see it's quite flat. And I know from the workshops that David does that a lot of you would be quite disappointed with that. However, he's making something else happen. And I think he's doing something a little bit arty, aren't you, David?
Problem with the gorge is at the end of the day the tops are in sunshine, whereas down in the bottom it's all in shadow. But this evening we've got quite overcast conditions, or a fair bit of cloud around, so I'm just enjoying investigating options using lower contrast light and utilizing the movement of the trees blowing in the breeze to give.
Sorry, I've just noticed that the wind stopped blowing.
Yeah. Third morning here, and another gorgeous one. It's been a real joy just watching the light paint the gorge down below. Final evening here at Calmina, back on the coast. And I'm particularly drawn by this shot here with this twisted vegetation in the foreground and the cliffs beyond. Wind's blowing strongly again, not a cloud in the sky either, but should get some good light.
We're still on the west side of Australia, on the coast, and this beautiful rock formation is all around us here. These long tubular structures are the end result of worm holes that were made by worms 400 million years ago, before land animals lived on Gondwana, which was Australia then. And I think they're quite beautiful.
Long drive today, all the way from Calmina up north through Carnarvon, and we're headed for Kerrigini National Park. About a 15-hour journey, which clearly we're not going to do all in one day. Where we'll be tonight, I'm not sure. We'll probably just stop somewhere in the outback, but of course the beauty of having this vehicle means that we're completely self-sufficient. We have everything we need, water, the lot, to camp and cater for ourselves. It's an event. We've just crossed the Tropic of Capricorn.
That was amazing.
Contain your excitement.
I'm so excited. Very hot. I'm surrounded by flies.
Having a great time.
Having a great time.
So this is our home. It's a Toyota Land Cruiser, 4.5 litre V8 diesel, 4-wheel drive, which has been a troopy version, which has been rigged up for camping in. Obviously with the roof tent as well. Here we have a sun shower, which we'll be shortly using. May not video that. And a sun shelter here on the side, and Wendy's just getting the bedding in the tent there. Inside we have a fridge, an esky, which is a cool box, compressor, it's wine glasses, corkscrew, it's got the lot. Noises you hear there are the big road trucks going past on the Northwest Highway. Yesterday as we came inland it got stiller and I was really glad to get out of the wind, but of course the penalty you pay is the heat and the flies, and this morning I'm really hoping the wind gets up so that the flies are less of a problem. They just drive you mad. Just arrived in Kerrigini National Park, which is a unique place, stunningly beautiful, but quite difficult photographically because it's all about deep, narrow gorges. Here we are in Calmina Gorge in Kerrigini National Park. The furthest north we're coming on this trip. Yesterday, on a very hot day, we were out and about location searching within the park, and we fixated on this spot to come back to. Now I need to be here early in the morning before the first sunlight starts filtering down into the gorge and causing all sorts of contrast problems. What that meant was a 3:30 rise and an hour and a half's drive to be here.
Lovely.
And now I'm really racing against time to make the most of this opportunity before the sun starts percolating down into the gorge. The end of a couple of intensive hours of photography. Beautiful down here, really wonderful atmosphere, and just really pleased with how it all came together. It's still only 7 o'clock in the morning, but we're done until this evening anyways. Really, it's so hot here at this time of year in Northern Australia in December that the temperatures from mid-morning through till mid-afternoon are just almost unbearable. So we'll just lie low, stay cool, and wait for the evening light. The joy of getting off the beaten track. But geez, these corrugated dirt roads, they feel like they're shaking our bones.
I'm more worried about the wine bottles myself. I can hear them clinking behind us.
So, waiting for the light here in Kerrigini, picking my way through the bush here, and this real spiky grass, which looks great with the early light on it, is really quite painful to walk through, particularly wearing shorts. But I'm thinking this view here behind me, which is so typical of this region, vast vistas, could, if the light drops out of the cloud over there, really come alive with that late evening light. The light's just dropping over the horizon now, but for a couple of minutes had the most gorgeous light there. What a beautiful, beautiful evening, and well worth the wait. Fantastic. We're here in Hammersley Gorge at dawn. Another 3 o'clock rise to get here, but fabulous location. So much to do here. The twisted rock makes such a wonderful backdrop. I'm just doing a panorama here, right around.
I've been amazed by the beauty of the rocks here in Western Australia, the colours in them, the shapes, the textures. And now, these rocks here, 2.5 billion years old. Nameless, we made it. This is what it's all about. Absolutely stunning up here. Not a soul up here except for us.
It's Sunday morning and we've driven up Mount Nameless above the town of Tom Price for this view over the Hammersley Range in the distance here. Quite a four-wheel drive track getting up here, but this is the reward. Tomorrow we start heading south, ultimately towards Perth and Dubai, London and Melbourne Port home. Here's the mine that Tom Price, the town, our local town, exists for, and they're literally digging out the side of the mountain over there and shipping the iron ore to China. We're driving down the Great Northern Highway through the centre of Western Australia, a journey of about 1,500 kilometres from the Pilbara region in Kerrigini National Park all the way down to Perth. We've left behind the interesting landscapes and now it's just flat, featureless bush for hundreds of miles. One aspect of driving in Australia that is unique to the continent is their road trains, which are massive, massive vehicles like this one here. 3 carriages long. I have to say I'm in awe of them. They take some overtaking, but I'd love to have a go driving one. Well, this is the town of Kew, about halfway between Tom Price and Perth, where we've stopped for the night. So we're looking for a big Monday night out in Kew. Maybe it's Australia's answer to Melbourne Port. So here we are in the pub in Kew, being served beer by a young lady from Bremen in Germany.
And this is nice. Cheers.
Behind me may not be the most enticing view we've seen this trip, but it's the port of Fremantle, where, as a first trip deck cadet in 1977, we sailed in here on my very first ship, the SS Act II, 38 years ago. It seems a fitting place to end what's been a wonderful adventure. I think, without a doubt, we'll be back in Australia very soon.